Have you ever just, felt like there's something more going on, like an invisible architecture to reality, a deeper logic just under the surface? That feeling that if you could just grasp certain, I don't know, fundamental patterns, your whole perception would shift, unlock potential.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people feel that way.
Well, if that sounds like you, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're doing a deep dive into this really captivating world of secret numbers from the universe.
Right.
We've been immersing ourselves in some fascinating material. It really skillfully blends spirituality, some cutting-edge science, and metaphysics.
It's a rich mix.
Yeah. And our mission for you is pretty clear. We want to distill the key insights, the practical techniques from these sources, give you a kind of direct pathway to understanding some pretty profound principles that shape our reality.
A bit of a shortcut through some complex ideas.
Exactly. Get ready for some surprising connections, maybe a little bit of wit to keep you hooked.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack these hidden codes.
Indeed. It's really about recognizing those subtle but, powerful forces at play all around us.
And we're going to kick things off with a concept that literally resonates with us, cosmic frequencies. Our sources really highlight how sound isn't just passive. It's not just something we hear.
No, it's active, a powerful force.
Right. And it can greatly influence our ability to manifest things. So how does that actually work?
Well, that's where this idea of harmonic frequencies gets really interesting. Specifically, our sources talk a lot about 432 hertz.
Right.
They see it as this potent catalyst for manifestation, for aligning with that universal energy flow. Proponents believe, and the materials explain this, that it aligns with natural vibrations, things like the Earth's own frequency, the Schumann resonance, maybe even the human heartbeat.
Wow.
And this fosters supposedly a deep sense of harmony, balance, calm, inspiration too, a stronger bond with the world. Now, formal scientific studies, they're still, a bit limited, but the anecdotal evidence, the stories from people who use it, they talk about better meditation, just better well-being overall. It's pretty compelling stuff.
That's fascinating, like finding a natural tuning fork for yourself.
Yeah.
And, our sources also touch on something related, binaural beats.
Yeah.
They mention how specific patterns, say 130 hertz, might boost concentration, alertness, and then like 3 to 5 hertz may be linked to staying awake and alert, but in a deeper state.
Different frequencies, different effects.
Exactly. So while 432 hertz has its fans and its specific perceived benefits, the material suggests that the importance of any frequency, well, it can really differ. It's often personal resonance, something to explore with an open mind, really.
Which brings us to the practical side, right?
Yeah.
How do we actually use sound as a tool? Our sources detail quite a few powerful applications.
Like what?
Well, things like vowel toning, specific sounds you make to activate different energy centers, very calming, therapeutic effects, or seed syllables, these short, potent sounds believed to hold concentrated vibrational energy. Even Sufi frequencies get a mention for inducing profound calm and rhythmic drumming. That's suggested for sharpening awareness, soothing tones for balancing chakras, the body's energy centers, and promoting positive energy flow.
So it's quite varied.
It is. And the core idea really is that our thoughts, our words, they're described as linguistic tools, tools to edit your role in the grand song of creation.
Wow, okay. Edit our role.
Yeah, we can send healing frequencies into what the sources call the symphonic field of potentiality, using thoughts, equations, even songs.
So it's really more than just listening. It's active participation, composing our own movement within what was a creation's grand cosmic dance.
That's the idea, to consciously shape reality.
So understanding these principles, these harmonic resonances, it becomes a pathway. Connecting with our individual cosmic identity, tapping into that interconnected consciousness, like finding our unique note in the universe's big symphony.
And then playing it.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Right. Speaking of connections, let's shift gears. From sound vibrations to another really fascinating form of cosmic communication. Numbers. Just numbers themselves.
Oh, yes. The synchronicities.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed at that weird moment you glance at the clock and it's 11.10.
Happens all the time.
Or you keep seeing the same numbers on license plates over and over.
Yeah.
Is it just coincidence? Or is the universe, trying to nudge us?
Well, our sources definitely explore that. How many people interpret these recurring number sequences as, deliberate messages, maybe from spiritual guides or even just our own higher consciousness.
So not necessarily an angel sending a text message.
Probably not literally. It's more like the universe using patterns,
Yeah.
using numbers to grab our attention, point us towards specific guidance. And each sequence, they suggest, carries its own distinct energy, its own message.
Okay, so what are some of these messages? What do the sources say they mean?
Let's run through a few common ones they mention. For instance, 111 or 11.1, that's often seen as a big one for manifestation.
Right.
Like a direct line between your thoughts, your desires, and the universe's creative juice. It's an encouragement. Make a wish, affirm your intentions, have faith.
Okay. What about 222?
That points towards balance, harmony, cooperation. It's like a gentle reminder to stay positive, trust that things are working out according to a bigger plan.
Nice. And 333?
That's generally a very positive message. Encouragement. Signals you're on the right path, trust your gut, rely on your instincts.
Good to know. 444.
That one often brings a feeling of stability, protection, guidance. A strong sense that angels or spiritual guides are right there with you. Very reassuring for many.
And 595. I feel like I hear about that one a lot.
Yeah, 555 usually indicates big change and transformation are happening. Good things are coming, but you need to welcome new chances, embrace the shifts.
So these synchronistic number patterns, they aren't just random noise then. Our sources call them signposts.
Exactly, or meaningful coincidences, things that intentionally grab our attention.
Providing guidance or maybe just affirmation, timely info right when we need it. They represent sort of a link to the natural order, a sign the universe is aligned with our prayers or intentions.
Precisely. And recognizing them, the sources suggest, isn't just passive, it's active. It reinforces that feeling of reassurance.
Okay.
That there's some guiding force bringing people, ideas, opportunities together, just at the right moment.
Yeah.
And these numerological synchronicities, especially those triple-digit ones like 222, 333, they're seen as highly significant, amplified energy.
Right, like the volume turned up.
Kind of. For example, our sources note 11 specifically resonates with deep spiritual focus, intuition. And numbers with zeros, 10, 100, 1000, they often symbolize completeness, finishing a cycle, starting something new and expanded.
Huh. So the advice is?
Next time a repeating sequence catches your eye, pause. Just for a second. What were you just thinking about? What intention were you holding? The message is often right there, tied to that moment. Makes you think, right?
It really does. Okay, from these sort of ancient-feeling numeric messages, let's jump to a more modern visionary, Nikola Tesla.
Ah, Tesla. Always fascinating.
And his, well, pretty enigmatic 369 code. He famously said 3, 6, and 9 held this extraordinary importance. He believed they revealed fundamental patterns, energy flows, woven right into the fabric of the universe.
He was utterly convinced. He saw these numbers as crucial for cracking universal mysteries. He felt they deeply influenced energy, frequency, even the structure of matter itself.
So how's the code work?
Well, our sources explain the basic principle is a kind of numerical condensation. You take any number and reduce it to a single digit by adding up its components, like 3 plus 6 plus 9 is 18, then 1 plus 8 is 9.
Okay.
And Tesla believed 3, 6, and 9 were just primary, foundational. He said, if you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe.
Wow. Strong words.
Yeah. These numbers, according to the sources, represent the underlying vortex mathematics or flow dynamics that govern creation.
It's fascinating to think about. Now, Tesla himself didn't exactly leave a detailed instruction manual for the 369 thing, did he?
No, he didn't, which leaves room for interpretation.
Right. And our sources dig into some of those interpretations. Some see the numbers reflecting inherent patterns in the universe, geometry, energy like fractals, or how water structures itself.
Natural patterns.
Others see them more symbolically. Balance, harmony, maybe even spiritual enlightenment. It really makes you wonder about that hidden order.
And for Tesla, this wasn't just some abstract idea. It was the bedrock of his work.
Right, his actual inventions.
Exactly. His principles directly influenced things like the Tesla coil, his dream of wireless energy transmission. Our sources highlight his, well, remarkable discovery that standing waves of energy and resonance exist at specific frequencies, not just out in space, but right here, within the Earth.
Within the Earth itself.
Yeah, and within structured materials too, crystals, pyramids, towers, he thought you could access unlimited free energy by understanding this inherent electric vibration, believing these structures could concentrate ambient charge, for wireless transmission.
Like his Wardenclyffe Tower project.
Exactly. Ambitious, sadly unfinished, but it was a bold attempt to tack right into that cosmic energy source based on these principles.
Okay, so if Tesla saw this energy in the environment, and his work also touched on untapped energy potential within the human body, does that mean, potentially, we could harness our own natural bioelectric currents for healing, maybe enhancing cognitive abilities, personal growth? What do the sources hint at there?
That's a really profound question. And yes, our sources absolutely hint at that potential. They emphasize a core idea. The governing force of reality is subtle energy, not brute force.
The subtle energy.
Right. And modern science especially feels like quantum physics, bioelectromagnetics. It's constantly, validating principles that mystics and pioneers like Tesla were onto ages ago.
So science is catching up.
In a way, yeah. We're getting closer to understanding concepts like the zero-point field, this idea that empty space is actually buzzing with this vast sea of potential energy.
Okay.
Or scalar waves, toroidal fields. These describe fundamental nonlinear energy patterns, self-organizing systems at every scale. Our sources basically propose that grasping these concepts can raise global awareness, lead us towards clean energy and more harmonious existence, both personally and, globally.
Okay, that's pretty mind-bending stuff. Let's maybe transition from those grand universal principles to some more practical techniques. Things for personal empowerment.
Good idea.
A lot of you might have seen some of these methods floating around online, maybe on TikTok. Our sources dig into their underlying power for manifesting desires. Let's start with the 55 by 5 technique.
Right, the 55 by 5 method. Our sources explain it pretty clearly. You write your specific desired outcome 55 times a day.
55 times.
For 5 consecutive days. And the number 5 here is key. It symbolizes transformation, change, actively bringing intentions into physical reality.
Why 55 times, though?
Well, the idea is that this repetition isn't just writing lines. It's designed to intensely focus your mind's energy on one single goal. It amplifies that intention through 55 cycles each day, and then builds this powerful energetic momentum over the full 5 days.
Okay, so for you, our listener, here's how it breaks down. First, get really clear on your objective. Make it a positive statement, in the present tense like it's already real.
That present tense part is crucial.
Right. Then, for 5 days straight, you write that statement 55 times, every day. And crucially, as you write, you really visualize it. Feel the emotion of having already achieved it. Immerse yourself in it.
Get into that feeling state.
Exactly. Then, on the 5th day, the sources say, release it.
Yeah.
Let go of your intention to the universe with gratitude. Don't get hung up on the how or when. They reckon it takes about 30 minutes a day, this focused practice.
And the deeper mechanism here, according to the sources, is that you're effectively training, maybe even reprogramming your subconscious mind. It's like active conscious imprinting, overriding old limiting beliefs, stamping in new empowering patterns. It really highlights how our focused thoughts, our consistent energy, can directly shape our reality, aligning your inner world with your outer desires, like tilling the soil before planting seeds.
Makes sense. And now let's look at another powerful method, the 777 spiritual awakening.
777.
Our sources suggest its vibrational properties are incredibly auspicious.
Right.
Like, it signals your inner work and intentions are really aligned for abundance, almost like the universe is giving you a big green light.
Yeah, 777 is often seen as highly fortunate. The method, as detailed in our sources, is a bit different. You state your objective, again, as a positive present tense affirmation, like, I'm living in my dream home free from debt.
Okay.
But then you repeat it just 7 times daily for a full week.
7 times for 7 days.
Right. And again, significantly enhanced by vividly imagining, really feeling the outcome. You can integrate it with meditation, prayer, visualization, whatever works for you. But the sources stress. Hold the intention clearly, but then release the specific expectations. How it happens, when it happens. Trust the universe to handle the details.
And our sources are pretty clear. 777 isn't just wishing. It signifies you're ready, spiritually, practically, ready to welcome positive shifts.
Exactly.
They state really powerfully that consistency, clear vision, courageous actions, and trust, those are the ingredients that cause everything in the universe to work together for you.
Yeah.
So beyond manifestation, what does 777 really signify?
Well, it's seen as a multi-layered message. Really profound support. Our sources interpret it as a strong sign of divine guidance, unwavering support.
Okay.
It signifies a link to higher dimensions, an amplification of your intuition. It's like an explicit invitation. Go deeper with your spiritual practice, broaden your consciousness, embrace your journey. They tie 777 directly to universal energy, divine abundance, encouraging you to be receptive, align your thoughts, intentions, and actions. And it's also, a powerful reminder to appreciate the blessings, the synchronicities already around you. The universe is signaling its support. Your path is approved, essentially.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. Cosmic frequencies, angel numbers, Tesla's code, these manifestation techniques. Now, let's maybe zoom out a bit, broaden the lens.
Okay.
Let's delve into the profound connection between all these cosmic codes and our actual existence. Exploring how, as our sources put it, each of us lives in our own unique reality.
Right. And that raises a really critical question. How exactly do our beliefs, our assumptions, shape that reality?
Yeah.
Our sources explain that our deep-seated beliefs, the assumptions we make about ourselves, our self-concept, they create these subconscious boundaries, or illusions, they sometimes call them.
Illusion.
Yeah, often rooted in fear-based ego stories, like that common belief life is a struggle, or fixed identities based on past stuff, all of which really limit our true potential. The big insight here is that by consciously recognizing these, releasing our attachment to those old roles, our true potential can just flourish. We get to choose empowering beliefs, rediscover who we really are underneath all that.
That's a really powerful idea.
Yeah.
The sources really hammer home that when we shed those limiting assumptions, when we truly embrace the vast, undefined potential of the universe, healing, transformation, abundance, they don't just become possible, they naturally flow.
It's about recognizing and actively breaking free from those often self-imposed limits.
Yeah.
And this leads to a really fascinating concept in the sources, that reality is not fixed. It's more like a boundless realm of energy shaped by our consciousness, our convictions, assumptions, choices.
Okay, shaped by us.
Exactly. They even mention recent findings in quantum physics that shed light on this. The idea that physical reality doesn't just exist, solid and predetermined. It emerges from this expansive and undefined realm of possibilities that literally eagerly awaits conscious interpretation and decision-making.
So it's waiting for us to decide what it looks like.
In a sense, yes. It's an active, ongoing co-creation between our inner world and the outer reality.
So to you, the listener, this means you're not just watching your life happen. You genuinely have this inherent power to shape your reality based on your expectations, your self-concept, your emotional habits, those programmed mindsets. We don't have to just passively accept things. Actively changing those outdated beliefs, it unlocks incredible untapped potential. You can consciously design your life.
And this co-creation also involves understanding what our sources call the cosmic creative principle, often symbolized by that interplay of masculine and feminine energies.
Okay, what does that mean practically?
It refers to the balance between, say, divine inspiration, that intuitive, receptive spark, often seen as feminine and bold, grounded action, the focused doing part, often seen as masculine.
Inspiration and action.
Exactly. Conscious intentions need to be anchored in physical reality through decisive action. They need that grounding to take root and grow. So by tuning into our inner guidance, intuition, signs, synchronicities, and combining it with focused determination, we become, as they say, conduits for the miraculous.
Conduits for the miraculous. I like that.
It's this harmonious blend, right? From getting those vivid symbolic impressions to taking inspired action, aligning our daily routines, consistently taking motivated steps until our ideas just burst through the surface, become real, tangible, lived experience.
Wow. What an extraordinary journey we've really been on here. We've gone through the vibrations of cosmic sound, decoded angel numbers, peered into Tesla's 369 code, looked at practical techniques like 55 by 5 and 777.
Quite a range.
Yeah. And through it all, we've tied it back to this profound idea that our own consciousness actively shapes our unique reality. This deep dive, it was really designed to bring you this knowledge concisely, impactfully, spark maybe some aha moments.
Those moments that shift things.
Exactly.
And the core takeaway, really, from all our sources is this: understanding these secret numbers from the universe. It isn't just about collecting interesting facts. It's a deeply personal journey, transformative.
Right.
It's about exploring these patterns, the symbolism, the ancient wisdom, not just to gain insights, but to actively apply them. For manifestation, yes, but also for deep spiritual growth. And for cultivating a richer, more active understanding of the cosmos as this interconnected, responsive whole.
So as you continue your own exploration, we really encourage you approach this journey with, a mix of curiosity, respect, but also an open mind. Remember, figuring out the universe's mysteries. It's an ongoing process.
Absolutely.
Continuous exploration, personal interpretation, and direct application in your own life.
And our sources leave us with this rather beautiful thought that the logic of reality seems to be guided by whimsical melodic principles and delightful coincidences designed to bring us immense happiness.
That's lovely.
The call, then, is to ensure that your instrument is firmly tuned to the key signature of unwavering love and enthusiastic service.
Wow. So how will you begin to tune your instrument? What's maybe one principle or one technique from this deep dive that really stood out to you? How might you apply it, maybe even just try it out in your own life this week?